Good day, ma'am. We are the second group and we will be reporting section 12 to 14. Now, let's discuss the section 12, the special provisions.
So what do we mean by special provisions? So special provisions are specific rules, additions, or exceptions made for a unique situation within a larger contract or set of rules. They can modify or supplement standard rules, and in cases of conflict, the special provision typically prevails. These provisions are used for educational accommodations for students with specific needs. Under the special provisions, the first one is following established procedures. The institute shall, from time to time, formulate separate policies on special programs related to special students with special enrollment, which may differ from the preceding provisions on academic policies such as admission, registration, etc., for the attainment of its goals or objectives. The second one is another grading system for advanced education courses may be adopted to achieve better results in terms of coordination and appropriate implementation. And the last one, it is presumed that every special program with a separate set of policies that are intended to differ from the generally stated policies must have extraordinary reasons for such special existence. Therefore, any move to disregard this presumption shall be preceded by a thorough study and evaluation. So, Section 12.1 allows the Institute to create separate, specific policies for special programs or students whose enrollment or circumstances deviate significantly from standard academic situations. These policies might cover aspects like admission or registration and are established following a formal process to achieve specific program goals, while Sections 12.2 and 12.3 provide for the use of a different grading system for advanced education courses and emphasize that any deviation from the standard, generally stated policies must be justified by extraordinary reasons. The text presumes that a separate policy is needed only when standard policies are insufficient. Therefore, any proposal to treat a special program under standard rules must first be subjected to a thorough study and evaluation to ensure it is appropriate. Next section is Section 13, Rights and Privileges of Students. Subject to the limitations prescribed by law and by the school policies and regulation, the rights and privileges of all students in this institution are as follows. The first one is every student shall have the right to receive quality education in line with the national goals, educational objectives, and standards of the school. So, gi-explain there is kaning section 13, 13.1 or under siya sa section 13 is kaning all student daw kuno or usag-usa sa mga student is kaning dapat na sila right nga maka-receive og kaning quality education nga naka-inline sa kaning goals, objectives o kaning unsa ang kaning different standards sa school. So the next one is every student shall be entitled to guidance and counseling services to enable him or her to know himself or herself, to make decision on his or her specialization, and to select from alternatives in the field of work in line with his or her potentials. So, this explains na kaning usag-usa daw sa mga student or every student kaning shall be entitled to guidance. Kaning na sila ang mga student is na ay kaning right or kanang pwede sila makaduol sa guidance na magpa-counsel sila para kanira gong para ng mga students nga wala pa nakahibaw kung unsa man jud bagay na para sa ilaha, unsa ang mga different potentials kana sila nga ma-fit sa kung asa jud sila padung, di ba? Kay ang uban kay unsure man, so pwede sila mo adto sa kaning guidance pagpa-counsel.
Magandang araw po. Ako si LJ Longcanaya. Today, I will be discussing sections 13.3 to 13.7 of the Student Handbook, focusing on the important rights of students inside the school. These rights help ensure fairness, safety, and student participation in school policies. Section 13.3, every student shall be entitled to free medical and dental consultation. Every student is entitled to free medical and dental consultation and treatment at the institute's medical and dental clinic. This means that all students, regardless of their financial situation, can access healthcare services without any cost. The clinic provides consultation, diagnosis, treatment, and follow-up care for common medical and dental concerns. This service is important because it helps students maintain their health, prevent illnesses from getting worse, and ensure we can focus on our studies without worrying about health problems. Section 13.4, Freedom of Speech and Expression. Under Section 13.4, every student has the right to express their opinions on any subject. Pero may limitasyon po ito. Dapat hindi nakakaisturbo sa discipline at operations ng school. Ibig sabihin, we are free to speak, but we must do it responsibly and respectfully. Section 13.5, Participation in Policy Development. Section 13.5 states that students have the right to participate in formulating and developing school policies. Kasama dito ang issue sa locality, region, or even national matters na may kinalaban sa paaralan. Representasyon is decided by the governing board para siguradong tama ang proseso at may partisipasyon ang mga estudyante. Section 13.6, Right to Organize. Section 13.6 explains that students may establish or join organizations and societies. Pwede tayong sumali sa clubs, organization, or groups as long as they do not violate any laws or school rules. This promotes leadership, teamwork, and personal development. Section 13.7, Right to Reasonable Protection. Under Section 13.7 states that every student has the right to reasonable protection within school premises. Ito ay para masiguro na safe ang lahat habang nasa loob ng campus, whether during classes, activities, or events. Yun lamang po. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I am one of the reporter of Group 2. This part of my report explains the important right of students in school. By knowing these rights, we understand how we should be treated and how we can learn in a safe and respectful environment. It also helps us become more aware of responsibilities as learners. 13.8, Right to Information. Students have the right to know school rules and regulations. Bilang estudyante, mahalagang alam natin ang mga rules at regulations ng paaralan para magabayan tayo sa tamang asal at gawa. Responsibilidad ng paaralan na ipaliwanag ang mga patakarang nakakaapekto sa atin tulad ng dress code, grading system, disciplinary actions at iba pang importanteng impormasyon. Sa ganitong paraan, nagiging malinaw kung ano ang tama at mali at mas magiging maayos ang takbo ng pag-aaral. Halimbawa, sa unang araw ng klase, ibinigay ng guro ang class rules tulad ng attendance policy, late submissions at classroom behavior. 13.9, Right to Participation. Students can join curricular and co-curricular activities. Hindi lang puro academics ang buhay eskwela. May karapatan kaming estudyante na makilahok sa mga aktibidad na nakatutulong makatulong sa aming talento, skills at personalidad, dapat bigyan din kami ng paaralan ng sapat na pagkakataon upang makasama sa mga clubs, organization, competitions at school programs. Sa pamamagitan nito, mas nagiging confident kaming mga estudyante at mas nahahasa kami sa kakayahan o sa aming mga kakayahan. Halimbawa, pwede kaming sumali sa sports team tulad ng basketball, volleyball, o track and field. 13.10 Right to dignity and development. Student must be respected and supported in all aspects of development. Ang bawat estudyante ay may dignidad at nararapat na tratuhin ng may respeto. Hindi dapat makakaranas ng pang-aapi, diskriminasyon o anumang uri ng pananakit. Bukod dito, tungkulin ng paaralan na siguraduhin ang kaligtasan, kalusugan at emosyonal na kapakanan ng mag-aaral. Dapat rin silang bigyan ng mga programang nakatutulong sa kanilang physical, social at moral development. Halimbawa, hindi pinapayagan ang bullying, pananakit o panunuya sa loob ng paaralan. 13.11 Right to academic freedom. Students can freely express ideas and learn differently. Ang pag-aaral ay hindi lang basta pagsunod sa kung ano ang sinasabi ng guro. Bilang estudyante, may karapatan kaming magtanong, magbigay ng sarili naming opinyon at pumili kung paano mas maiintindihan ng isang lesson. Dapat payagan kami ng paaralan na gamitin ang aming creativity at reasoning sa research, discussions at projects. Hanggat hindi nakakasama sa iba, dapat pinapahalagahan ang aming academic voice. Halimbawa, pwedeng pumili ng research topic na interest namin basta pasok sa requirements na ibinigay ng guro. O di kaya, maaaring magbigay kami ng aming sariling opinion sa loob ng classroom during discussions, kahit iba sa sagot ng iba. 13.12 Right to redress of grievances. Students may report complaints through proper channels. Kung may hindi makatarungan o may problemang naranasan sa paaralan, gaya ng unfair grading, bullying o hindi magandang pagtrato, may karapatan ang estudyante na magsampa ng reklamo. Dapat may malinaw at patas na proseso para mapakinggan ang aming panig. Mahalaga ito para maprotektahan ang aming sarili at maiwasan ang mga abuses sa loob ng paaralan. Halimbawa, kung may teacher na naging unfair sa grading, pwede kaming lumapit sa advisor, principal o guidance office para humingi ng review. In summary, understanding the rights of students is important because it helps us feel safe, respected, and supported in school. These rights guide how we learn, how we participate, and how we are treated by others. When students know their rights, such as the right to information, participation, dignity, academic freedom, and fair grievance procedures, they become more confident and responsible. By practicing these rights and respecting others will help create a positive, healthy learning environment for everyone. Thank you.
Good day everyone. I am Johannes Demberle Vilipon. Today, I will discussing the Section 13 Rights of Privilege of Students. Article 13.13 No student shall be subject to disciplinary action without due process. This means that before any punishment is given, the student must be informed, heard, and treated fairly. The school cannot impose penalties without proper investigation and procedure. Article 13.14 Every student shall have the right to access his or her class standing, and the school shall determine and preserve such record. Students have the right to access their class standing and academic records. The school is responsible for preparing and providing these records whenever needed. This ensures transparency and allows students to track their academic progress. Article 13.15 Every student officially admitted by the school shall have the right to continue and pursue his or her course of study therein up to graduation, except in the case of academic delinquency and violation of disciplinary regulation. Once officially admitted, a student has the right to pursue and complete their chosen course until graduation. The only exception are cases of academic delinquency or violation of disciplinary regulation. This means students cannot be removed or prevented from graduating without valid reason. Article 13.16. Every student shall have the right to be assisted by the school through current and adequate information on work opportunities. Every student has the right to be assisted by the school with updated and adequate information about job opportunities. This ensures that students are guided and supported in preparing for life after graduation. Article 13.17. Every student shall have the right to be free from involuntary contribution except those approved by his or her own organization or societies. Students cannot be approved to give contributions unless they are officially approved by their own organizations or societies. This protects students from financial obligations that they did not agree to. Article 13.18. Every student shall be entitled to the expeditions, issuance of certificates, diploma, transcript of grades and transfer credentials, and other similar documents within 30 days after request. Students are entitled to quick release of certificates, diplomas, transcript of records, grades, transfer credentials, and similar documents within 30 days after request. This helps students avoid delays when applying for a job, transferring schools, or pursuing their further studies. Article 13.16. Every student's rights shall not be discriminated based on sex and gender. Every student has the right not to be discriminated against based on sex or gender. These rights promote equality, respect, and a safe learning environment for all.
So good day everyone, I'm Joshua Argablani and I am going to tackle the Article 3, Section 14, the duties and responsibilities of the students. So 14.1, the strive to lead an upright virtues of useful life. Ito ay tungkol sa pagiging mabuti, tapat at responsable at paggawa ng tama kahit walang nakatingin, o layunin ay maging isang taong may integridad at nakakatulong sa kapwa. I have two examples. First is, hindi pandaraya sa exam kahit mahirap ang test na binigay ng ating mga guro. At ang pangalawa ay ang pagtulong sa kapitbahay na nahihirapan magbuhat ng gamit kahit hindi ka hinihingan ng tulong. Hindi siya nagsabi sa iyo na kailangan niya ng tulong, kundi ikaw ay bukas sa iyong loob na tulungan ang iyong kapitbahay dahil siya ay nahihirapan sa kanyang pagbubuhat o buhatin ang kanyang maaring dalhin. Pangalawa ay ang 14.2, the love, respect, and obey his or her parents and cooperate with them to keep the family harmonious and united. At ang susunod naman ay ang 14.3. Exert his or her utmost effort to develop potential for service, particularly by undergoing an education suited to his or her abilities. So, dito naman ay dapat nating pagsikapan na bawat sa isa ay pagbubutihin ang talento at kalaman upang maging kapaki-pakinabang sa lipunan ng ang edukasyon ay daan upang dahil ang edukasyon ay daan upang magamit sa ating sariling kakayanan o sa tamang paraan. For example, first example is pagsisikap mag-aral ng mabuti para makapili ng kursong swak sa talento at pagsali sa training, workshops, o school activities para mapaunlad pa ang kakayanan or skills ng isang estudyante or nakin or sayo, mas mapaunlad pa. And the next is 14.4. The respect the customs and tradition of our people, the duly constitute authorities, the laws of our country, and the principles of democracy. So, ipinapakita nito na ang kahalagahan ng paggalang sa kultura, batas at mga pinuno ng bansa. Ang pagtalima sa batas at tradisyon ay nagpapalakas sa pagkakaisa at kaayusan sa lipunan. So, the two example is pagsunod sa batas trapiko at hindi pagtawid sa bawal na lugar dahil ang ating gobyerno naman ay may binigay kung saan tayo pwedeng tumawid, kagaya na lang ng pedestrian lane. At ang pangalawa ay ang pagdiriwang ng mga tradisyon tulad ng fiesta o Pasko at paggalang sa mga lokal na gawi at anumang mga tradisyon na mga kailangan nating ipagbuni or ipagdiriwang sa ating bansa or sa ating lokal na institusyon. Yun lang at maraming salamat.
Good day, everyone. Today, I'm going to report about the duties and responsibilities stated in our student handbook regarding the school publication. These duties are important because they help guide both students and teachers in managing the publication properly. They make sure that every article or issue we publish follows school policies and at the same time respects our rights as student journalists. By the way, I'm Helen Annis Mill from BSED 1C, Group 2. So let's start 14.5. Participate actively in civic affairs and the promotion of the general welfare. So students are encouraged to be involved in community activities and public issues that benefit society. This includes volunteering, joining community programs, or supporting causes that improve the lives of others. 14.6. Help in the observance and exercise of individual and social rights, the strengthening of freedom everywhere, and the fostering of cooperation among nations in the pursuit of progress. So, students should respect and support human rights, not only their own but also rights of others. They should also uphold freedom and promote unity, peace, and collaboration among people and nations. So 14.7, uphold the academic integrity of the school. So students must be honest in all academic work. This means avoiding cheating, plagiarism, or any actions that compromise fairness and truth and learning. So 14.8, promote and maintain the peace and tranquility of the school by observing the rules of discipline, So students should follow school rules to help create a safe, calm, and orderly school environment. Good behavior helps everyone learn better and feel secure. So 14.9, participate actively in civic affairs and in the promotion of the general welfare, particularly in the social, economic, and cultural development of his or her community and the attainment of just, compassionate, and orderly society. So students are encouraged to contribute to the development of their community, helping improve social conditions, supporting economic progress, and preserving culture. They should work toward creating a society that is fair, kind, and well organized. So 14.10, exercise his or her rights and responsibilities with due respect for the rights of others. So while students have rights, they also have responsibilities. They must use their rights responsibly and avoid violating the rights of others. Respect leads to harmony and fairness. So that's all. Thank you.